Ivan, it's been a month since TNS last aired on screen. Huh? What? Everybody get over here. What is it, NSF? Ivan's gone, and its things are missing too. I don't know what happened to him. Oh no, we need to find him right away. I'll get the others. You got it. Going to the bus station. This looks very important. Turbo will head to the bus station. He could be there. Can the multiverse leaders find Ivan before it's too late and figure out what happened to him? That answer will be revealed closely towards the end of the episode. But for now, I am Adam Alexander, and you're watching the NASCAR Show, the stop-motion sketch show about the recent events in the NASCAR community and more. Gentlemen, start your engines because a new episode is underway on TNT. Yep, we're really making a sketch about this. Now, where do I start? Daytona 20 seconds, that's alright. Spring Atlanta 20th, that's alright too. But after that, Coda 5th, Spring Phoenix 9th, Spring Vegas 26th, Spring Darlington 20th, and so on. I think something has happened, and you are better on some types of NASCAR tracks, but appear to be worse on others. That would explain why you have so much pain mostly in qualifying. Do you really think the problem is there? Listen to this. Las Vegas 30th, Martinsville and Bristol 19th and 20th, Chicagoland, I didn't even get past pre-race inspection. He really needs to get a win in 2026 or 2027 before he gets washed up. Hello there folks, and welcome back to another segment of NASCAR Show 101. I'm your host, Clint Boyer, and in this segment, I'm going to be talking about the safety that has been developed throughout the years of the sport. Now, during the beginning years, there wasn't really much safety regulation in the sport, considering that the fact that the cars first started out as being normal street cars with upgraded parts, which meant the cars didn't have a ton of horsepower, so they didn't go that fast, and you were racing on an open track with nothing surrounding it, and you could speed whenever you want on pit road. And you only had an open helmet and a seatbelt inside the car as well. Unfortunately though, because of all this, as you may know, we've lost some great and famous drivers over the years, and some of these incidents even caused serious injuries as well. So because of this, NASCAR had to surround the track with fencing, add safer barriers, and put more safety equipment in the vehicles. And throughout the years, they even tried to make the race cars themselves safer as well. And with all the speeding on pit road, pit members could get severely injured, so they had to impose the speed limit on specific tracks. But despite all of this, NASCAR has been dedicated to make the sport much safer so that way they don't end up with the same incidents that they had last time. And even to today, they are still making improvements on making the sport much safer for the drivers. So that would just about do it for this segment of NASCAR Show 101. I'm your host, Clint Boyer, and I shall see you in another segment. Hello there, I am HOMGTR40, and today's section of NASCAR Show Fan Mail, I will be reading a letter that was sent from Turbo. So, dear TNS staff, why are 2 recent episodes released on only 1 month? Is Ivan lazy? From Turbo. And no, that's not the answer. As you can see where he's located at right now, there is a heat wave going on which can fry your head until you realize that you forgot to wear a cap. And there's another factor that's in this because of the many events in the NASCAR community and doesn't know which ones to use for the sketch. So these things have happened and he wants to apologize and promises to return to normal scheduling. And that's all for now, and we'll see you in another segment of NASCAR Show Fan Mail. Hello guys, it is I, Mr. Turbo Lover, and today I am going to share my opinions and thoughts on 2 races from the NASCAR 2026 schedule, that being San Diego and Chicagoland. And to start off, I will share my thoughts about racing at San Diego on an active military base, and I just got one thing to say about it. NASCAR completely cooked with this idea. I am so glad that they thought about doing this. It gives another street course to the schedule, and the fact that they were racing on an active military base, somewhere that they have never raced before. The thought about it just screams patriotism, and it was a great way to celebrate America's 250th anniversary. And I was really happy to see that Corey Haim got his first career Cup Series win on that track. And at the time, he was driving part-time for 2311 Racing, but he's going full-time with them next season, so this gives him a big momentum boost heading into 2027. And I really hope NASCAR can do more stuff like this in the future. And then we have Chicagoland. It has been 7 years since NASCAR last raced at that track, and for the past few years, they've raced on the Chicago street course. But when I first heard the news that NASCAR was going to be coming back to Chicagoland, I was really happy to hear that. Chicagoland is one of my hometown tracks, and I am so glad that they decided to return it to the schedule. Plus, it was such a great way to celebrate the 4th of July weekend. And the best part, we saw 2 Toyota drivers, that being a Brandon Jones and Chase Briscoe, finally break through this season and get a win. And I was really happy that Chase Briscoe won the Cup race because he's one of my favorite Toyota drivers. And because of this, I hope NASCAR keeps Chicagoland back on the schedule for good. Sure, the Chicago street course was good, but I prefer the Chicagoland Speedway better. So that's all I have to share about my thoughts and opinions on NASCAR racing at San Diego and Chicagoland. But for now, this is Mr. Turbo Lover signing off. That was a great truck series race at Coronado, even if Jimmy didn't win the truck race. Yes, indeed, and I will agree. Wait, what is that? You really need to watch where you're going, Andretti. Oh, really? You tried to wreck me, you jerk. No, I didn't, you idiot. You wrecked me and Nicholson, and you even tried to wreck me more. If you were wearing the Andretti's name, you should use it with pride and not shame. Oh, screw you. You're full of crap. You always get screwed over, and you had little to no success. You never even got an official win on your own, and you only got that win at Daytona in the O'Reilly series because you were subbing in for Connor. Oh, that's it. I'm going to beat you up. Hey, everybody, hey, get off of him, Parker, get off, separate him. This is the most disrespectful scene I have ever seen in my entire life. Yeah, if you want to have the Andretti's name, don't use it for failing and don't use it to be an idiot. Agreed. Hello guys, it's John Warner, and I will be sharing my thoughts and opinions about the NASCAR season so far. And so far, the season's been pretty okay. Toyota's been pretty dominant so far. Ford only has 1 win, and Chevy, despite them having struggles with the new Camaro body, have found victory lane at some times. We also had some first-time winners, such as Ty Gibbs and Carson Hocevar, so that's pretty cool. And Chase Elliott has been carrying the team of Hendrick Motorsports with getting 2 wins this season, those being at Martinsville and Texas. Now, I get it that they may be struggling with the new Camaro body, but I really hope that William Byron can get a win at some point this season. As I mentioned before, Chase Elliott is the only driver at Hendrick who is holding up the team right now. The other 3 Hendrick drivers such as Byron, Larson, and Bowman haven't gotten a win yet. So I really hope that they can step up their game later on in the season, especially for William Byron, despite him winning both stages at Chicagoland. Oh, and I forgot to mention, Corey Heim, while he's driving part-time for 2311, actually got his first career win as well at San Diego. And he even announced that he was going to be driving full-time for that team next season, so this gives him a lot of confidence and a lot of stuff to look forward to. Also, speaking of San Diego, I like the fact that NASCAR held a street course event on an active military base. This is something that has never been done in the sport until now, and I really think that NASCAR should consider doing more stuff like this in the future. And I also like the fact that we returned to Chicagoland after being absent for 7 years. It was very nostalgic to the fans, and it was such a great way to celebrate 4th of July weekend. And the only real complaint that I have is that the fact that fans will tend to start arguments with each other because of what happened after the race. Like seriously, I just want to go 1 race weekend without having to witness people arguing about the events after the race. But yeah, that's my thoughts about the 2026 NASCAR season so far, so thank you all for listening. Finally, it's finally happening. Huh? Guys, what happened? Ivan, what happened to you? You didn't tell us anything. Me? I was just driving out to my first sea cruise. What? Dude, you should have told us sooner. I was gonna make it a surprise, but I think it didn't go well, I guess. That's okay, bud, and that's cool. Will you be on a yacht, a boat, or... Nope, I am going out to sea. I've never been there in my entire life, and this is the first time for me, I think. So when will you return? I'll be out until July 19th, and I will start leaving on July 10th. Wow, that's cool. Be sure to take photos and send them to us, please. I will try. And yes, I am going out the shore and will be off Discord starting July 10th until July 19th. I will miss my friends and everything at home, but promise to return with a fresh power and more sketches for TNS. If you want to see your idea in TNS, don't forget to write it down in the comments, and maybe your ideas will be featured in the series. Don't forget to like, share, and comment, and subscribe to other NASCAR Multiverse channel creators. But that will be it for the NASCAR show, which will be on park until I return from my break. But for now, we'll see you at the green flag and after the summer break. Have a very fun and safe trip, Ivan.
Van Guggenheimer, or however you say his last name.
I was wrecked out! By who? That Shane Van Gissenberger? Van Gerdankerbank? Van Giuseppe? Van Gas Tank is way too small. Van Vincent? Van Gogh? Van Grill and Shrimp on the Barbie? Van Guggenheimer? Or however you say his name. Sorry, I don't know who you're referencing.
Say my name.